and welcome to Hingo McCringleville, the Broken Crux third.
Backslash at Aliciousness the third, the Probing Clux the third. I just started the no.
He just started the fire. But he just took a bogus journey.
That is talking about Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey. Or I guess Bill and Ted 2?
Yeah.
Although I don't really hear people call it actually Bill and Ted 2. Wow, so this is my first time watching it. He already said he's watched it before.
Yeah, this is my second time watching it.
But it was cool watching it with you because, you know, we both like them. And
yeah.
It's a cool movie series. So, let's see. It said it came out in 1991, so I think it was only a few years after the first movie.
Yeah.
I think the runtime was only like an hour and 44 minutes, something like that. Really not bad, under the 2-hour mark. So you can easily watch this in a day.
Yeah.
You know, or if you're, you know, tight on time, easily watch it. So I'm going to we're gonna let him like tell the main premise of this movie's story, and then I'm gonna.
So the main story is, it starts off back in the future.
Yes.
And this guy sends evil robot Bill and Ted to the past to kill normal human Bill and Ted.
Yes.
Because the whole future is based off of Bill and Ted, the Wild Stallions.
And I love that.
They go.
It's like Bill and Ted's University.
Yeah.
They have the freaking statues of them are like this. I'm like, Kev, I want that in front of my house.
So spoilers. Evil Bill and Ted go back in time, they kill Bill and Ted, take over their lives, trying to ruin everything.
Yep.
So, their bogus journey, they go to hell, they talk to the devil, they go through their own personal hells. You know. And then, so they call the Reaper, Death himself.
Yep.
The only way to go back is to beat Death himself in a game. They beat him at Connect 4, no. Battleship.
Sorry.
No, it was Clue, and then he goes...
Battleship, Clue, Twister.
Well, after Twister, he goes best 3 out of 5.
Yeah.
And then, so he beats him at... They beat him at Clue, and then and then Bill goes best of 7, and Death goes, damn right! And then they beat him at Twister. He takes him to heaven, and to get in, they mug people, they take their clothes, and Ted goes, dude, we're in heaven, and we just mugged people for the clothes.
Hands down, favorite scene of the whole movie. I freaking laughed probably the hardest at that scene alone.
So, Bill, Ted, and Death, they go to meet... they meet the one guy, and they're like, why are you here? Yeah. And they, word for word, they cite, every rose has its thorn by poison.
That scene was great, too.
And then, so the guy looks at him, he looks at Death, he goes, don't I know you? And then Death is like, no.
And then I'm pretty sure he said, sorry, I brought them here.
Oh, no. So, they meet God. And so, God gives them something to meet the universe's smartest people. And so, Bill and Ted walk out, Death walks out. Death comes back and he goes, sorry about that.
That part was great. That was perfect.
And so they meet Station, which is two beings, and they I guess the best way to explain that is go tanks. That's
what I was about to say. It was like a Dragon Ball fusion.
Yeah, the Dragon Ball fusion. The one he makes. Good robot Bill and Ted's to fight the evil robot Bill and Ted's at Battle of the Bands.
I love the genius of that. That just was like pure Bill and Ted logic. I don't know how else to describe it. Other than that, well, no, it makes no sense to do that. But then Bill and Ted, came up with it. And that just makes perfect sense.
Yeah. And then, so, they beat them, they play Battle of the Bands, but they're like, we don't know how to play. So they go 16 months into the future, and then they come back Bill has a ZZ Top beard,
which was amazing.
And then Bill has a goatee and a mustache, and they come back with kids.
Yes.
They had babies with the princesses from the first one. They're all like, this is little Bill. Hi, little Bill. This is little Ted. Hi, little Ted. And they play with good robot Bill and Ted as backup dancers. Station on the bongos.
Yes.
Death on the bass. Well, it was a cello, but they said it was. He played a cello, but they said bass.
Yeah.
And then so everyone was like, ah! And then the way it ended was the best. The magazine covers. It's like,
oh my god!
It was like, oh,
so funny.
Like they make albums. They use nuclear power to fuel amplifiers. Air guitar. Cure smog.
Freaking Death wins Indianapolis 500.
Death wins Indy 500, and his quote was, "I didn't know I could run that fast."
oh my god. This was quite possibly one of the funniest sequels to a movie I think I've ever watched. And the fact that there's a third one, I'm like not even questioning it. I am prepared. I can't wait to sit down and watch it with you.
Oh yeah.
I just really am. I can't say a single bad thing about Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey. I loved it from start to finish. However, you did ask me at the end, did I like the first one better or the second one? Now, I told you my answer was I liked the first one more, which I don't really know if there is a wrong answer to that.
No, this movie does not. But you said the fact that Death was in it?
Yeah. I wanted to like make that a known fact that even though I did say I liked the first one more, the fact that Death himself was in this and the freaking jokes they made from each other going back and forth.
When they were leaving Death's lair, they're like, hey, don't fear the Reaper. And then he goes, I heard that.
Reference the Blue Oyster Cult song, which is a banger.
Oh, yeah.
Banger.
The season's don't fear the Reaper.
When they're playing Twister and Death's foot
was in Bill's face,
gets in Bill's face, and he just goes, oh, man. It's the stupid stuff like that just make Bill and Ted.
Oh, yeah.
And I love it for that. I'm trying to think what were, they mugged them for the clothes.
Yeah.
That scene just absolutely killed me. When they're on stage and they're introducing each, band member, and Death freaking goes up to the mic and he says, what's he say?
It doesn't matter if you're
a rat on the street
or a sweeper.
Yeah.
Something about...
They'll always cross the Reaper or something.
But when they're in the store getting the stuff to build the robots, the guy's smoking and Death goes, I'll see you real soon.
I was like, yo. Oh my god. But yeah, no, this really was a legit good sequel.
I think the magazines at the end,
when
they're like,
my god.
Death goes on a solo and then the next one was solo tour flops, rejoins Wild Stallions.
Like, I really couldn't say a single bad thing about this. I truly, loved it from start to finish.
There was one really good scene in there when Bill was like, he goes, we've been to the past, we've been to the future, we went through heaven and hell, but the only good time is right here and now.
That was good. That was good.
And then I couldn't help but laugh because I'm like, they went to the past, they went to the future, and they went through heaven and hell. Like, it's all true.
They really did, yeah.
And then everybody's just like, God, but it's just like, no, they literally went to hell. And they literally went to heaven. Like they were there.
Oh, man. Yeah, I loved it. I can't say a single bad thing about this. I am really looking forward to me and Kevin sitting down and watching Bill and Ted 3 Face the Music.
And then join us next time for when we face the music.